Homie, I went to church on a Sunday, and towards the end of church, the prophetess of the church, the lady of the church, came to me and she said, "How's the relationship with your mother?" God told me to ask you that, and I was like, "Yeah, I love her, but she hard-headed. I've been trying to tell her about some stuff for a long time, and she just won't listen to me." She told me, "Forgive your mother. Have that conversation with your mother as soon as you leave here. God told me to tell you she gonna listen." So I'm nervous because I've been trying to have this conversation with my mama for years, man. And y'all know how old folks is. You can't tell them they wrong, especially when you the son and they the parent, man. They just assume that kids ain't got no feelings. So I'm driving home and I'm nervous, homie. I get home, my mama too sick to really speak, so she ain't got a choice but to listen. So I'm shaking. I'm a grown man, homie. I done been in the Marine Corps and did all type of crazy shit, and I'm shaking to approach this woman and tell her, "Mama, you broke my heart. And the reason I'm so stiff and so emotionally unavailable now is because of what you did." But I sit down and I tell her, and she looking at me, and man, I can look in that woman's eyes and tell that she tired. So I'm crying. I'm crying as I'm telling her, what she did to me. So she sat up in the bed because she saw how heavy it was on me. She held my hand and she looked me in the eyes and she said, "Baby, I'm sorry. My intentions was never to hurt you, boy. I love you more than life. I was never mad at you. I was mad at my circumstances. You was my first child. I didn't have no help from your father. We was in the ghetto. I was broke. And you was innocent in the situation, and I didn't want to break you." She asked me to please forgive her, and I did. And I told her I love her. She told me she loved me. And I can tell that she meant that shit. And that's really all I was looking for, homie, but just for her to take ownership of it instead of just saying, "I'm the parent and you the child." When she would wake up in the morning, she would cry and she would ask us, "Why am I still alive? Why is God keeping me here?" She told either my aunt or my little brother to get on Google and look up ways to die quickly because she wanted to die. She was in pain, she couldn't move, she couldn't talk, she just laying in the motherfucking bed all day just waiting to die. And the reason why God was keeping her there is because God knew what was in her heart. When my mama was near death, her hearing was very heightened. Me and my siblings was down on the other side of the house and we was talking about whether we wanted to tell our mother what happened to us when we were children. Somebody that she trusted in the family had did some things to me and my little brother that we never told her about. And we was down there talking about it. She heard us. We didn't know it, but she heard everything we said. And she mustered up the strength to ask us, why would we keep that from her? And we told her, "Mom, because we know how you are. You probably would have killed him." And she was hurt like she never been before because she felt like she had failed as a parent. But that wasn't the case, you know what I'm saying? You can't control everything as a parent, man. I'm a father, I know. You can't control everything that happens as a parent. You can't protect your child from everything and everybody. So she grew enraged, and she wanted to call that motherfucker up and let him have it. But God said no. She didn't have the damn strength to fight nobody. She didn't have the strength to be angry. And God told her, "The longer you hold on to it, the longer you stay here." And indeed, she held on to that anger for as long as she could. And my aunts, her pastors, everybody would come over and tell her, "Let it go. Let it go. It's not worth holding on to, especially in your situation." So one night, everybody came over the house. I'm there, my little brother there, her sister's there, her pastors came over. They went in the room with her and they talked to her and they prayed over her. And I don't know how, but somehow she ended up letting it go. I honestly believe it was just too heavy for her heart, and I believe that she finally realized like she had no control over it and that it was not worth holding on to. Her pastor and all of them, they started to sing a song, some gospel song, and my mother couldn't move or talk. All she could do was tap her foot to the rhythm of the song. And in the midst of tapping her feet to the song, her heart stopped. And she had slipped away in the middle of them singing. So she put me in charge of pulling the plug if she ever got on life support, because she didn't want that. She put me in charge of it, man, because I was the oldest and I was the hardest. She also said if she go, do not resuscitate her. The part that broke my heart, the part that broke all of our hearts, was that God had came to my aunt, my brother, myself, my wife, everybody that was close to her, that loved her, and told us in a dream that she will live if she wanted to live. If she wanted to be healed, that he would heal her. But if she wanted to die, then he would take her. My mother even admitted he came to her in a dream and he told her the same thing. So when our mother died, we knew that it was because she had chosen to die. But she told us she wanted to live. We running all around looking for remedies, talking to people, doing all this stuff, looking up stuff so she can live. But in reality, homie, she was tired. She was tired. She was tired of being sick, and she wanted to go be with God. For a long time, I was angry at her for that. I think a lot of people was angry at her for choosing to die. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized she was tired, homie. And her job, raising you to do the right thing, boy, she been did that. You can't hold it against that woman for wanting to move on. If you really want to honor her, be the man of God that she raised you to be. So, what I learned from my mother is, let it go. Forgive the people that break your heart. Because unforgiveness in the spirit is like a cancer. It is a rot. And you can't enter the kingdom of heaven with hate in your heart. Before my mama died, everybody that she needed to forgive, she forgave them. And when her heart was clean, God took her home. Now I'm telling this story, man, because there's a whole lot of validation in it. And yes, I put my damn shades on because I had a mental breakdown in the middle of making this video. I ain't taking them off. My mama taught me to let it go. Didn't matter what it was. And there was some people that I had some issues with. There was some people that if I saw them out in public, it was going down right there. And before she died, she told me, son, let it go. It's not worth it. Unforgiveness makes your heart heavy, dog. And it will literally kill you. It'll kill you, homie. I honest to God believe that cancer is a form of unforgiveness manifested. I think unforgiveness over a long period of time manifests into the physical, into cancer, into disease, into some form of rot inside your body, and it kills you slowly. If you think hatred won't physically kill you, you out of your mind. People full of hate look older than they really are. Hair be falling out, losing weight, half crazy, can't sleep. It will kill you, man. Again, this is your sign. If you watching this, if you see this, I don't care who did it to you. Let it go.